Hello, and welcome back. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, and after 5 years working with men just like you, I hear the same thing every single day, a quiet, painful question that sits heavy in the air. It sounds like this: Doc, why has the spark gone out? Or, is this just what marriage is like after 50? You love your wife. You've built a life together, raised children, maybe you're even enjoying retirement. But when the lights go down, that comfortable friendship often overrides the physical connection you both truly crave. If you're watching this, you're not alone. You're holding on to a vital piece of your relationship, and you're wondering how to reclaim it. Today, we're going to peel back the layers and talk about 5 common, sneaky habits you might not even realize you have, that are slowly, unintentionally turning down the dial on intimacy. But before we dive in, please do me a favor. Take a second right now to like this video, comment below, and let me know where you're watching from. I read all your comments and subscribe so you don't miss future conversations about living your best life. Let's tackle the biggest myth right away, the one that causes the most quiet despair. The myth that a decline in desire is just an inevitable side effect of age. The truth is, age isn't the primary saboteur here. Life is. Look, your body is changing. Of course it is. Testosterone levels shift, energy levels can dip, and stress definitely piles up. But what truly extinguishes the flame isn't the number on your birth certificate. It's the emotional and psychological distance that builds when we stop caring for our vitality as men. It's when we fall into habits that make us feel less confident, less energetic, and honestly, less present in our own lives. The beautiful reality: if you take responsibility for your overall well-being, the things you can control, that spark, that connection, it absolutely has a chance to reignite. As a wellness specialist, my focus is not on quick fixes, but on sustainable, integrated health. I see men transform their marriages not by focusing solely on a specific physical act, but by rebuilding their physical, mental, and emotional foundation. We're going to look at this through 3 lenses. Biologically, what's happening in your body? Emotionally, how does it impact your sense of dignity and connection? And practically, what can you change today? Let's start the countdown of 5 hidden habits that could be putting a damper on your marital vitality. Habit number 5, the habit of neglecting aerobic health. This one sounds like an exercise tip, but it's deeper. When was the last time you truly broke a sweat? Biologically, without regular cardiovascular activity, a brisk walk, swimming, cycling, your arteries start to lose their elasticity. Poor circulation isn't just a concern for your heart. It limits blood flow everywhere, including to the tissues crucial for desire and performance. You literally lose a key ingredient for intimacy: efficient circulation. Emotionally, when you feel sluggish, winded, or weak, your self-perception takes a hit. You might unconsciously avoid situations that demand energy, including intimate connection, because you feel inadequate. This lack of confidence is a desire killer. Practically, instead of a punishing routine, commit to 30 minutes of elevated heart rate 3 times a week. It's not about being an athlete, it's about blood flow. Habit number 4, the habit of letting stress and sleeplessness rule. We often wear busy as a badge of honor, but it's exhausting your relationship. Biologically, when you're chronically stressed or sleeping poorly, your body is bathed in cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol is the natural enemy of testosterone, the hormone of vitality and drive. Cortisol says, run and hide. Testosterone says, connect and engage. Which message is winning in your body right now? Emotionally, sleep deprivation makes you irritable, emotionally reactive, and detached. Your wife is looking for a relaxed, happy partner, not an exhausted project manager. Intimacy requires feeling safe, and chronic stress makes both of you feel on edge. Practically, implement a strict 8-hour sleep schedule. Stop all screens an hour before bed. Consider 10 minutes of deep breathing or simple meditation to tell your body it's safe to rest. Habit number 3, the habit of the quick fix diet mentality. We've all tried it: the crash diet, the extreme cleanse. But the constant cycle of restriction and binge eating is doing real damage to your stable energy and mood. Biologically, stable energy comes from stable blood sugar. When you rely on simple sugars, refined carbs, and processed foods, you create blood sugar spikes and crashes. These crashes lead to low energy, brain fog, and a mood that swings wildly. This instability makes you less predictable and less available for sustained connection. Emotionally, food choices are tied to self-respect. When you consistently eat things you know make you feel bad, it reinforces a subtle lack of care for yourself. Your wife notices this lack of energy and vitality. It's a sign that you've put yourself last. Practically, focus on stability. Add healthy protein and fiber to every meal. Think walnuts, beans, lean meats, and green vegetables. Fuel for a marathon, not a sprint. Habit number 2, the habit of emotional disconnect, the fine trap. This one is huge. How often does your wife ask how you are and you simply say, "I'm fine," without offering any real information? Biologically, your body and brain are one system. Emotional closeness, sharing vulnerabilities, deep conversation releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Oxytocin is a powerful precursor to physical intimacy. It lowers defenses and increases trust. If you're not generating oxytocin through honest talk, you're asking for physical connection on an empty emotional tank. Emotionally, your wife wants to feel chosen in clothes, not just used as a physical outlet. When you withhold your inner life, she feels like a roommate. The most potent aphrodisiac for a lasting relationship is feeling emotionally safe and deeply known. Practically, today, have one conversation with your wife where you share a worry, a hope, or a frustration without trying to solve it. Just share. Listen deeply to her in return. Habit number 1, the habit of giving up on novelty. And the number 1 unintentional desire killer? Believing you know everything there is to know about your marriage and your relationship. Biologically, the human brain thrives on novelty and challenge. A lack of new experiences, even small ones, leads to emotional and cognitive stagnation. That routine, predictable life becomes a comfort zone that starves the brain of stimulating chemicals. Intimacy, too, becomes routine and eventually invisible. Emotionally, if you're bored, she's likely bored too. You deserve to feel excited about your life and your partner. This lack of effort signals to your wife that you are complacent and that you take her for granted. Practically, plan one completely spontaneous, out of the ordinary thing this week. A drive to a town you've never visited, ordering takeout from a cuisine you've never tried, or simply changing up your routine at home. Bring some new energy back into the relationship. You don't need a massive overhaul. You need small, powerful adjustments. Here is your 3-step action plan. The 20-20 rule. Commit to 20 minutes of daily brisk movement and 20 minutes of screens-off connection with your wife. That's an hour of self-care and relationship care. Hydrate and stabilize. Replace one sugary drink or highly processed snack with a large glass of water and a handful of nuts or a piece of fruit. Start small, stay consistent. The I felt moment. Every evening, share one thing you genuinely felt that day. Joy, frustration, anxiety. Don't just list what you did. This is your emotional push-up. Please hear this. You are a good man. You are worthy of a fulfilling, passionate relationship, and your age is not a life sentence to boredom or emotional distance. It is so easy to fall into the camp victim mindset, blaming your hormones, your job, your wife, or simply getting older. But when you shift into camp responsibility, where you actively work on the things we've discussed, you take back your power, your dignity, and your confidence. This is not just about the bedroom. This is about feeling energized, present, and free in your day-to-day life. When you show up as a better, more vibrant man, the desire you crave naturally follows. Comfort and freedom, that's what you deserve. The journey back to vitality is built on self-respect. When you respect your body with good fuel and movement, you're telling your brain, I'm still in the game. When you respect your relationship with honest sharing and novelty, you're telling your wife, you are still my priority. Age is not the decline of life. It is the opportunity to refine it. Start today. Choose one of these habits to change and commit to it for 7 days. You will feel the difference. Your wife will feel the difference. Thank you for spending this time with me. Be well, and remember, you have the power to live a vital life.